21 years old and has already been to space. Check. That's amazing. It's Kyle, Brian, and Sarah on Mix 101.5. By the way, the sense of adventure never ran so strong in a family in North Carolina. So Jim Kitchen has been on our show several times. You know, he's also been in the Blue Origin rocket, been to space. Mariana Trench, world traveler. Over the weekend, his daughter, who's 21 years old, senior at UNC, youngest woman ever to go to space, ever. She lives in North Carolina. She is with us right now. This is fantastic. And I also love the fact that it's like, what'd you do over the weekend? I had a cookout. Oh, okay. Well, I went to space, buddy.
Can you imagine going to like Al's Burger Shack on Franklin Street?
Yeah.
And the cashier casually asks, "Oh, did you have a good weekend? What'd you get into?" Yeah, I went to space.
I saw everybody all at once from a window in space. What about you?
So, with that moment, taking a ride on the Blue Origin last Thursday, Carson Kitchen with us right now, 21 years old, youngest woman ever in history to go to space.
Good
Carson,
job.
Congratulations. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much. It feels incredible. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and honestly, when we first saw the story last week that, you know, your last name was Kitchen, we're like, oh, this is Jim Kitchen's daughter, no doubt about it.
It's not a common last name.
You know, we've had your dad on several times, and I know Jim, he brought his passport to space when he went a few years ago, and our morning show picture. Thank you very much, Jim.
Oh, wow.
Carson, was there...
Oh, wow. I know he talks about us.
All the time.
All the time.
We're his
What's really funny
favorites.
is that my dad and I used to listen to your guys' show on the way to school, so it's really full circle.
Oh,
well,
that is
thank
adorable.
you.
Now she's too cool to listen. It's fine.
How
That's
was how was the signal in space? Did we reach you?
Not good enough, evidently, Brian.
Damn.
So I wanted to ask you, I know Jim brought his passport and our morning show picture. Was there anything that you felt like, man, I need to bring this to space so I can take a picture of this with me, or at least have this with me when you got up there?
I also did bring my passport. I brought a couple astronaut Barbies, but I think the thing of most importance that I brought up was I brought 2 He's Not Here cups from the bar at Chapel Hill.
Nice. Nice.
You are awesome. And has the
So I'm
bar
gonna
seen
give
that
one
you
to
did
them.
that? Or do you get free drinks for
I
the
was
rest
going to
of
say,
your
do
life?
you get free beer in those cups forever?
I hope so. I've DM'd them on Instagram, but they haven't responded, so I'm just going to go in my astronaut
You
suit.
didn't even know you were doing it?
Responded.
I know.
I went
That
to
is
space with your
ridiculous.
cup. What do
You
you
branded
need to
them
do?
in space. Anyway, we're getting off
We're
track
very
on what's
much
important.
She's been to space. Let's ask her relevant questions.
Okay, so I do have a question. So, all of us, anybody listening, has probably imagined themselves in space, what it would be like to take a rocket ship up and be an astronaut for a day. You, including, I'm sure, have had the same daydream. So what was your experience like compared to sort of, the expectation you'd set for yourself?
Well, I had tried really hard not to really set any expectations, which is obviously not realistic, but oh God, it was really incredible. It changed my life. It really left me a new person. The fire that encapsulates the cabin after main engine ignition really kind of takes your breath away, and then the force of that rocket pushing you 2,300 miles up into space is not like no other. And then when MECO and separation happens, there's this gradual increase of weightlessness. It feels really odd. The first thing I noticed was that my hair started floating, and then I actually got stuck in my seat. You can see my straps got stuck, so it made me panic a little bit, and then I had to quickly pivot to decide that I was going to stay in my seat. And then my crewmate actually came over and completely pulled me out. So in a lot of the videos, you can hear me really breathing really heavily.
Like I'm stuck.
Not only the incredible view that I had out my window, but also the physical demand of trying to get out of my seat. And then, the G-forces on the way down, wow, that really immobilizes you.
Carson,
all day out of your body.
Unbelievable. That would have happened to me, too. I'm so clumsy.
That's
I also would have gone to space and somehow managed to get stuck in my seat and not have been able to even look out the window. So a very cool moment for you that somebody helped you out to get you out of that seat.
Because you only had like a little over a minute of weightlessness, so you really had to think quickly.
Yes.
We're talking to Carson Kitchen, who is a senior at Carolina, who got up in the Blue Origin this weekend. No big deal. I went to a pool party, but it's fine. So whenever it's time to go back to Earth, do they like flash the lights like an intermission, or like, if you're floating around the cabin, how do you know it's time to like head back home?
They flash that seatbelt sign.
Oh, they do. That's hilarious.
It's right after drink service, Sarah.
Yeah, they've got a little cart
Yeah.
going around.
Stewardess comes in with the Biscoff cookie. It's time to put your tray tables in the upright position.
Landing. Get prepared for landing.
What was a crazier feeling going up? That you mentioned 23 miles per hour being propelled into space. What was crazier? That feeling, the feeling of weightlessness, easy for me to say, or the feeling of coming back down to Earth?
I would say the feeling of coming back down to Earth. I've kind of put it alongside like the going from the tallest roller coaster in the entire world.
Oh, that makes
You're
sense.
literally free falling through the Earth's atmosphere, so you get the same feeling that you get on a really high roller coaster. Your stomach kind of drops.
Oh, I'm into
Did you get
that.
nauseous?
No, I didn't get nauseous. I really didn't have enough time to think about it just because I had 6 G's pushing against me, so I was just focusing on breathing.
Wow, I just never think about the G's. I always think about the weightlessness. That's a lot on your body.
Hey, Carson.
Yeah, it is.
And what a great analogy. And talk about the longest roller coaster drop of all time. Carson Kitchen with us right now. And we appreciate the time. She's a senior now, youngest woman ever that's gone to space. Carson, last question. And I don't know what tops going to space. I mean, you've already done that at 21. But, I guess what's next for you in your life as you start your senior year at UNC? What happens next for you?
Well, I first got to focus on graduating. That's a big part of my life. And then I really, I want to dedicate my life to the space industry. One of my biggest dreams is, to get a job at Blue Origin or NASA, and then focusing on working on my organization, Orbitel. That's really the next step in my life.
I think your internship resume already looks great considering you've already been on the Blue Origin rocket and been to space with them. So I think that's going to work out for you. Guys, Carson Kitchen, youngest woman ever that's gone to
You are
space.
an inspiration, and
Truly.
I love that your goal at the Orbitel quickly is you want to get more women in the space program in all facets, and I think that's so cool.
Love it.
Carson, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
that time today. And and start listening to us again. You got the time. Make the time,
We
okay?
have an app, by the way.
Goodness. Listen to us on the podcast, all right? Hey, Carson, have a great day, okay?
Thank you. You too.